They're gonna keep them coming, and I'm gonna keep beating them. Welcome back. Still with Kanister. Here, as a special guest, we place Carlo with somebody who is arguably much better at Magic. We're playing Pioneer today. If you want to see more of the content from this channel, from Pioneer, from basically anything we have to offer, click like, subscribe, write in the comments what you want to see, which deck, which format, and if everybody likes that, we're gonna make it happen. So we're with Kanister, we're playing Pioneer, and where can people find you watching other shenanigans?
You can find me on twitch.tv/Kanister_MTG or on youtube.com/Kanister. Links are going to be below.
Yeah, if you don't actually want to write that out, you can just click it and then you find them in a second. All right, let's go to the games.
All right, the deck I'm playing today is Mono Green Devotion with Nykthos, based around the card Nykthos. It's just a bunch of mana ramp and a bunch of things to ramp into. Storm the Festival, one of the key cards, letting you dig through your deck a lot during your bigger turns, put a lot of Planeswalkers into play, hit some Kioras to untap your Nykthoses, hit some Nissas to untap your Nykthoses again, use some other tools to get ahead. The goal of the deck is to either build an overwhelming board presence, and if that is not enough, you can try to play towards the infinite combo, which is hidden in the deck. If you get enough devotion, you can use Karn the Great Creator to fetch a Pestilent Cauldron, then cast Restorative Burst, which is the backside of Pestilent Cauldron, return a Kiora and a Karn from your graveyard, replay them both, untap your Nykthos. If you have an extra Kiora in your graveyard and an extra Karn in your graveyard, you can repeat that infinitely. After which both players end with infinite amount of life points, where you can then grab the front side of the card, Pestilent Cauldron, and use the second ability to mill your opponent for a huge amount of cards so you can win in their next draw step. It's a pretty strong deck, it's pretty proactive, pretty simple. The things that I would fear the most are Thing in the Eyes or maybe Will Not Dive. Thoralf is playing either of those. Things could get shaky. Otherwise, I like my chances.
The deck I'm playing today is Abzan Planeswalkers. Somebody wrote me a message saying there's this cool deck who plays a lot of removal spell and a lot of Planeswalkers, and it's kind of really good against a lot of the Pioneer mid-range decks, and it looks awesome to play, so that's what we're gonna do. So besides a lot of removal spells like Fatal Push, Power Word Kill, Heartless Act, Oath of Kaya, we have all the Planeswalkers in Abzan. We have Sorin, we have Kaya, we have Gideon, we have Vraska, we have them all. So the basic plan is just keep the board clear, play Planeswalkers, take them up, take them down, just do whatever, and eventually just gonna fold to my infinite amount of value. All right, ready?
Ready.
High roll?
High roll.
Well, that's not very high. All right.
All right, let's have a nice match.
Let's play.
My opening hand, game one, very solid. 2 lands, Elvish Mystic, just like I have the ramp. If my elf gets killed, I can Oath of Nissa, trying to look for more lands or for another elf and ramp again. Old Growth Troll is a very nice play, both if you ramp into it on turn 2 and if you're forced to play a little bit slower if your opponent interacts with you. It's also just a fine turn 3 play, setting up your Nykthos, putting some pressure on your opponent. Some decks have a really tough time dealing with it, so no reason to mulligan this hand. I will be keeping.
My first hand is kinda iffy. I'm still not sure what I'm playing against, so we have 2 lands, we have some removal spells, we have 2 Vraskas and an Oath. I think if we draw a 3rd land, we can survive a decent amount of the time, and then once we get to Vraska, we can sacrifice the Oath for some cards. There are some matchups which are clearly bad, like if I play against blue-white, this is obviously terrible, but if I play against anything that relies on creatures, I think we're okay. I can see mulligan this. I think it's pretty close. I hate mulliganing, so let's keep it. All right, let's go.
All right, good luck, Toral.
Have fun.
I'll play Lanor Elf and pass it in.
All right, draw. I'll take 2 for Godless Shrine.
All right.
Because I don't like Lanor Elves. I'm gonna push it. Go ahead.
Take a draw step. I will play Oath of Nissa. Look at my top 3 cards. I will grab a Lair of the Hydra, play it, and pass a turn.
Not so green, you say. Alright, play Cemetery and say go.
I'll take a draw. Alright, here I actually have a decision. I could play Kiora, setting me up better for the upcoming turns, letting me play Cavalier of Thorns on the next turn, draw some cards. Or I could play Old Growth Troll, because it's better against specifically Abrupt Decay. Thorelf has 2 mana up, represents what could be an Abrupt Decay, but honestly I'm not sure if he even plays it in his deck, so I just choose to go with Kiora as it's a better plan to develop, a stronger way to develop. I'll play a Forest and I'll play Kiora.
Okay.
That will be all. I pass a turn.
So this is where we need land. Alright, draw. Right. That was not a land. I pass. All of this could have gone better, I have to say. Alright,
On top.
you go. How
Take my draw step.
strongly can I convince you that this Kiora is not an angel or a demon or anything like this?
I'm fairly convinced. Given the typing being legendary Planeswalker Kiora, I'm actually pretty sure about that. But I can see how that could be unfortunate for you. I will be playing a Wolfwall of Haven, enchanting my forest.
Works.
Then I will float 2 green mana, use my Kiora to untap my Wolfwall of Haven, produce 2 more green mana, play my land for the turn, add a 5th green mana, and I will play a Cavalier of Thorns.
With Cavalier on the stack,
Alright.
we're gonna check if it's an angel, demon, devil, or dragon, and then kill it.
Alright. So I'm assuming that happens after I get to trigger both Cavalier and Kiora.
Yes.
So indeed it's not a demon. We'll kill it. I will refuse to use its dice ability. I will first draw a card off Kiora and then I will resolve the trigger. So I'll take the draw and then I will reveal 5 cards and put a land from amongst them onto the battlefield. That will be Nykthos, Shrine von Nyx.
It's a good choice.
And I believe that is all for the turn. I pass.
Alright, I guess that's a start. We're gonna decay Kiora.
Fair.
And go. The problem is, even if I play all the removal spells, the devotion deck kinda accidentally gets way too much devotion, and then Nykthos and Storm the Festival are just gonna kill me. I think this is just a terrible matchup.
I'll draw. I will play Forest. I will add 3 green mana and play a Old Growth Troll. After which I will deploy a Llanowar Elf. And now I will use my Nykthos. Pay 2 to get mana equal to my devotion, which is 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is exactly enough for me to play Storm the Festival. I'll take a look at the top 5 cards. And I'll get...
Miss?
Not quite. I'll hit a 5 mana creature and a 4 mana Planeswalker.
I mean, it's close.
Which means I get a trigger from Cavalier of Thorns. I will take a look at the top 5 cards of my deck. Fine, another Nykthos, but I will actually choose a forest this time. Put the rest into my graveyard. After all of that, I will use my Vivian to put 2 counters on my Llanowar Elves, and I'll pass a turn.
Oh no, I don't think I can keep up with any of this. This is way too much. I don't have time, I don't have mana, I have nothing. Terminus, settle out. Oh yes. 4, 9, 18? Yeah, no, I'm toast. All right. Boo. That was game 1. If you also want to make a lot of green mana, you probably need a lot of green cards. And what better way to buy a lot of green cards than Kardmarket, the sponsor of the video. Woo! This is where you can buy all your Magic singles, deck boxes, Cardmarket playmats, dices, whatever, or green cards that make you the devotion. And we're gonna ship you very quickly, and you can find the link in the description below. And let's go to game 2. Boarding is not super great. We have some form of cards that might help a little bit to ease the burn. We have a Spyglass, which helps against Vivian's full stop, or a little bit against Kiora. It can actually name Nykthos, but it doesn't do anything because it's a mana ability, so there's not much we can do. We have a Cage, which is kind of fine against some of the cards, but also not great. Old Growth Troll can't go back, Storm the Festivals can't put creatures into play or be flashbacked, so it's okay. I guess it's better than just some of the cards. We have Oath of Kayas, which are basically dead. I mean, you can kill Llanowar Elves. Some of those go in. I could also board the Duress. I don't want to spend the mana to take one of the infinite spells and then get flashbacked or kicked by another spell. So I'd rather deal with playing a lot of my Planeswalkers and put pressure instead of just dealing with the hand, because long term I'm not winning. Like anything. If there's a Cavalier or Storm the Festival, I'm just...
I don't sideboard. Given that my deck is a Karn, the Great Creator deck, most of the space there is spent on building a Wishboard for Karn, so I just have 2 Primal Mights and 2 Kenris Transformation, neither of which I think I want against Thrall's deck. They are mostly tools to fight against the Thing in the Ice, so I just present the same 60 cards.
Alright, let's go. Ooh. The second hand is better. It's still not great, but maybe we can like remove a Mystic and then Abrupt Decay some important permanent, and then like play Vraska and make him stumble and then draw into like more Planeswalkers. I could see that the matchup is bad enough that you kind of have to mulligan this hand, but if it is, then so what? I mean, then I'm not gonna bother that much for now. So the hand is fine. Okay.
You are keeping?
Yes.
It is a 1-lander, but with 2 elves off of Nissa to find an extra land if necessary, and being on the draw, I see no reason to take that little risk and mulligan it away. After all, again, Thoralf's deck seems to be a mid-range deck, a Thoughtseize deck too. I don't want to mulligan too low against such a strategy, and I think I'm likely to be able to play the game. I'll be keeping 2.
Alright, gonna go. It's 1 pass.
I'll take a draw.
I'll accept.
I will shock in an Overgrown Tomb, go to 18. And I'll play an Elvish Mystic.
Oh, yes.
Go.
Draw. With him playing the Mystic, I think there's a consideration of just not killing the Mystic, but killing everything else that comes after. We could play Spyglass here. Hopefully we deal with Vivian. If we have to name Kiora, then there's still the point where he draws cards from the triggered ability, so that's not great. I think it's best to kill the Mystic now and then play Spyglass next turn. Worst case, we can also sack it to the Vivian. I mean, a bit of a plan. It's not great, but it's a bit of a plan. Forest, and we're gonna, whoops, wipe the Mystic. It's still not an Angel Demon Dragon.
It is not.
Or Devil, yes. Go ahead. So many
Take a draw.
Demon, Devil, Dragon.
I could just play an elf here and not try to hit a forest with my Oath of Nissa, but the upside of hitting the forest is super high and sets me up well for the upcoming turn, so I think I'll take that small risk again. I'll play an Oath of Nissa. I'll grab a forest. Play my forest and play another Elvish Mystic. Go.
Draw. And a Sun Petal Growth and a Spyglass.
Sure.
Okay. Well, we're gonna name Kiora, as this is about the only thing we can name And you can go.
Take a draw step. Oh, interesting. Given that my Kiora just got sorcerously spyglassed, I think the better play here is going to be to just develop a troll. It's going to net me more mana thanks to the higher devotion count. My hand is stacked enough that I don't need to rely on the extra draws from Kiora to win the game. I'll play Nykthos and I'll play a Old Growth Troll. That is... oh, I pass a turn.
The dying thing doesn't have mana cost, right?
It does.
It's still 3 green on the...
Yes. The card returns from the graveyard as an aura, enchanting the forest, and it still
That's pretty dope. All
keeps
right.
everything else.
I can see your strategy there. Unfortunately, killing the Mystic didn't lead to a point where we have enough time to breathe. The problem with another Mystic and the Old Growth Troll is that even if we play Raska, she dies when we kill the Troll to the Mystic, but also killing the Troll actually increases the amount of mana, so there's gonna be a Storm the Festival next turn. We could just decay the Troll, so we have Raska for next turn, but then that also costs 4 mana, so I don't really know what to do with it. I have a second Raska, so it's... none of this is great, but I think like being mana efficient here at least has some merit. I'm going to play a Woodland Cemetery and a Raska.
Alright.
And we're gonna kill the Troll.
Troll will die. Afterwards it will revive itself as an aura, enchanting my forest.
Oh.
Alright, I'll take a draw step. 5 devotion, so I'll use my land to produce 2 green. And then I will use Nykthos to add 5 mana to my mana pool, which I will spend on a Cavalier of Thorns, which will trigger, reveal the top 5 cards of my deck. I'll grab a forest, put it into play. Putting a Storm the Festival onto my graveyard, which is very nice. After that I will follow up with a second Nykthos, legend rolling the first one.
So that's 8.
And I will use my second Nykthos right now, which adds indeed, as you said, 8 mana to my mana pool. And I'll play Storm the Festival with 2 mana left in my mana pool.
Oh, it could go wrong.
I'll grab a Karn the Great Creator and a forest. So with this much mana in my mana pool, I have 2 mana right now. I'll use my Karn's -2 ability and I'll grab an artifact from outside the game and add it to my hand. That's going to be the Pestilent Cauldron. Alright, with Karn getting Restorative Burst here, seems like all avenues for Thoralf to get back into the game are locked up. If he is somehow able to kill enough of my stuff, I still have a way to return 2 best cards from my graveyard to my hand, so I think this game is all but finished. And with the 2 mana that I still have floating, I'll tap my forest and I'll play the Kiora.
Good that you can activate her.
Yes.
And with all of this still happening, yeah, I don't even get my bonus worth. Bonk.
That's going to be it for my turn and I pass.
I have seen better turns.
I did too, yeah, that. So Spyglass actually.
I could see what's coming. I think this is kind of the best we can do, even though it is kind of bad. We're gonna decay the aura. And play a shrine and say go.
Alright, I'll take a draw step. Now I have plenty of options. Alright, so what I will do is I'm going to play a Cavalier of Thorns. And I will first draw with Kiora, and then I will resolve the trigger. So I'll take a draw. Then I will resolve the trigger, hopefully hitting a nice Poseidon. Then I'll play a forest.
1, 2, 3, 9.
I'll use my Nyctus 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mana in my mana pool, which is the perfect amount to minus my Karn. Here I can get a Meteor Golem to try to work towards a combo, but it doesn't seem like I have enough mana to actually go off. So an overwhelming board presence will have to do. It probably will. Grab a Meteor Golem.
Perfect.
Spend 7 mana on my Meteor Golem, leaving 2 mana floating in my mana pool. And target Sorcerer's Spyglass. Whoop. After Spyglass is gotten rid of, I will use Kyora's ability, -1 ability to untap my Nyctus. And I will use my Nyctus again with the 2 mana that was still remaining in my mana pool. That adds 6, 7, 8, 9 mana to my mana pool again, which I will spend on casting Restorative Burst. The backside of Pestilent Cauldron, targeting Vivian, Arcbow Ranger, and Karn the Great Creator.
I get 4 life.
We both get 4 life, so I go to 22 and you go to 24. Well, I will return those 2 Planeswalkers back to my hand. And conveniently the card exiles itself. Then with the remaining 4 mana I'll play my Vivian, Arcbow Ranger plus her. Try to put 2 counters on my Cavalier of Thorns without summoning Sickness. And I'll try to attack you.
Yeah. Ow.
You'll take 7 down to 17. And that seems like all I can master for now, and I'll pass a turn.
So, about this terminus.
Alright, you'll get to look at my hand.
I can name anything, right?
You can, yes, but you cannot stop mana abilities, so.
Do I have to name a card that's legal in the format?
I believe so. I think those are the rules of those cards.
Okay, now comes the most important decision in the whole game. We fought through all of this, we're not gonna mess up now. Which card are we naming with Sorcerer's Spyglass? And there are many beautiful options, but I think I got the right one. I don't know, the best card I can think of is Victory. Yeah, I'll choose Victory. Good game.
Thank you.
Well, that did not go as planned. We had this whole storyline lined up where I'm undefeated for, okay.
Seems you're not anymore. No longer.
I know. I mean, you're kind of familiar with all the anime and stuff, you know, so it's surprising how fast it can go up and down. So, if you like this, again, Carl is forcing me to say this by contract and also with his hands on, oh God. Please like and subscribe the video. Write in the comments what you want to see. Modern, Pioneer. I mean, we can probably even make some Legacy and other formats happening. If enough people want that, we can do that. Thank you for coming, Kanister. Again, in the description you can find all of his credentials where you can find him.
It was a pleasure.
And see you next time.